it almost to a point where it's like so integrated in my life right now that I do forget what it's like before. Some days fine, some days it's horrible. It's just how it is.
We're in Philadelphia. Some folks call it the city of brotherly love. Some folks call it the cheesesteak capital. We're going to be visiting with Chef Christopher. At the age of 16, he was in a car at a stoplight when another car plowed into it and changed his life forever. After months of surgery and hundreds of hours of watching food television, he decided he wants to be a chef. With no sense of smell and not too many taste buds, he's had remarkable success. After mastering his craft, he decided it was time to open up his own restaurant, Will BYOB. Every weekend, it's packed. In 2013, he won Best New Chef. I'm John Ashton, and I can't help but think we should know more about this story.
Most days I feel fine, not gonna lie. Most days it's just, I don't really think about it. I know my speech. I know on the phone a lot of customers like, what? Your mom like, no, I have a speech impediment, sorry. It's almost to a point where it's like so integrated in my life right now that I do forget what it's like before. It's just how it is.
Does it still hurt when people judge you from the outside, not the inside?
Mm-hmm.
It does, still today.
Oh yeah.
How do you feel when you walk down the street?
Just knowing that you got something taken away from you. You can't nothing have it back. And you're not gonna be normal. I don't know when I first had surgeries. I had 35 surgeries. I just stopped them. After 35, I'm done. But again, I just didn't want to keep dwelling on the issue, or just move forward and keep getting reminded about it. Well, we're all like that. My whole family's like that. My dad, I never heard him complain once about work. When I do something, I get into it all the way. You're gonna have ups and downs, I had more downs than ups, but if you really want it, just sacrifice for it. Because I think a lot of people who see the end result, like either athletes or musicians or anything, they always see the outcome. They don't know what they've been through, or the hardships, and people forget that. I just gotta remember that. And you all get knocked down, just gotta get up.
So I met him when we were in culinary school. Chris was the youngest person in the class. I think he was 17, maybe 18, and by far the most serious. Anyone that really dives in that early, I think they have almost a calling. Like that's simply what they want to do, and that was very evident with Chris. You talk about people who simply sprain their ankle and they don't realize how hard it is to walk when you sprain your ankle. That's a temporary thing. Try and take something away like the lips.
He doesn't do mediocrity. He doesn't do it. He's constantly pushing himself. He's constantly making sure that everything's perfect. He is super committed to everything that he does. He doesn't half-ass anything, and I think that that's really rare. And I think that it's huge that he doesn't use anything that's happened in his past or that could happen in his present or future. He doesn't use it as a crutch. There are a lot of people who would just kind of burrow away and not interact and not get out there. And Chris is probably the best dressed, best smelling, you know, always looks great. You know, he's fantastic.
There were times that I'm sure he was very frustrated through culinary school and even through class. But, you know, there's a certain mental fortitude that comes with it that he has, where, you know, push all that aside and focus on what you want. And what he always wanted was to put up something perfect.
You do CrossFit?
No, twice, on my days off I do it.
Yeah, and you like to play the guitar?
Mm-hmm. No, more than the cooking I've been playing. Yeah, I play every night after work. I try to learn a new song or something, like a new riff, a week. CrossFit is always, you know, just get out of my head, seeing my friends, you know, friends or say a couple of jokes here and there. Kind of my own little time. No cell phone, no Instagram.
What does cooking mean to you?
For me, it's basically everything who I am. I mean, my whole day revolves around cooking and the menu, honestly. If I wake up in the morning, I start putting out dishes and ideas, and I write it down, and it's a very good outlet for me. You know, I wasn't able to talk for a while, about 2-3 years. I had to carry out a notebook and attach it over. So that's how I almost express myself, not really have to talk. You know, creativity-wise and conceptually-wise. You know, I couldn't tell someone how I care for my family. I didn't tell how thankful I was to, you know, do yesterday, all these things, or how often I cook a dinner.
Will BYOB, what is this place?
A little modern French restaurant with, you know, 9 seasonal ingredients.
I come here either for prep or for service. I've done a bit of everything. I've learned how to be in a kitchen. It's a lot different from what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a lot faster, but he does it where it's a lot calmer and more at a nice level for someone who wants to go into the culinary career to like start off. He's changed my life by helping me pick a college to go to. I feel like I've done a lot more than I thought I was going to at this point in my life.
It's just a really special experience to eat dinner at Will. You know, it is seasonal, it's seasonally driven, but I think more than anything else, it's flavor driven. And I think it's really always looking at, you know, the past for inspiration, but being able to push it forward in modern ways. Because I think it's a unique approach when you look at the food and it has lots of textures and it has powders that were a fad, but they actually bring something in this case. And they bring a level of flavor and they bring a level of texture and consistency. And, you know, it uses acids in the form of gel. You have the food and there's small, subtle little touches, that little spark at the end that kind of keeps you engaged and makes you realize, I've had this dish before, but I've never had it like this. And Chris is really great at being able to put those touches in.
His food has always been very beautiful and very specific. I think it's fun when I get to see people who have worked for him and go to their restaurants, and I know what's on the plate already because I know that it's you know, a piece of Chris, and that is really cool. I've always been a really big fan of all the textures and flavors are on the plates, and seeing that throughout the city and knowing that that's his mark and his imprint is really beautiful and fantastic.
You know, his motto, or what he told us at the point, is like, you can make pretty food, that's fine, but to make really good food look pretty, you have to know the basics. You have to know the bricks of cooking. When it came to the arrangement on the plates, that's where he brings in his modern twist, and it looks very very complicated on a plate, but when you break down his flavors, it's all very, very simple.
He's always doing something new every time I'm here. Even during service, he'll take something that he's plated a million times that night and just do it completely differently.
And when you get to know people and you get to know your guests and they become your friends, when you cook for them, it's a totally different level of food.
Being here has helped me so much with just like myself and my cooking.
The reason that I guess I'm here is because of who you made me be. You made me be better, stronger, smarter, better cook, better human. You know, we've grown up together, and I would be nowhere near as successful as I am if it hadn't been for me working with you and for you. I love you, Chris.
I feel honored to be a part of your circle of friends that you trust and that you support and that you give 100% to, because, you know, I think our circle is small, but it is so strong, and you are a huge, strong link in my chain, and I couldn't do it without you.
Chris, I love you like a brother. You've been there for me every step of the way. Whether it's moving into houses, renting a dump truck to move to New York City, you know, helping me through jobs, helping me through tastings, whatever it may be. Thank you so much. I couldn't have done it without you. I love you, I truly love you like a brother. Couldn't be prouder of you, and I can't wait to see what's ahead.
I think the key of this one is when someone judges you, they can't define you, they define who they are. And that's who they are because they made the judgment on you. After spending a few days with Christopher, I can see his passion and his purpose in every plate he styles. Christopher's not only an inspiration to those around him, he's an inspiration to us all. To have courage, to follow our dreams, to overcome life obstacles. This was living proof.